Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about She-Hulk. So She-Hulk was released on Disney Plus not that long ago now, a couple of weeks or so. I finally had a chance to watch the first couple of episodes, and I'm not impressed, to be honest. The pacing's off, it's kind of boring, the writing is bad. I'm going to be completely honest with that. I think everyone's seen the clip from the first episode. I'm not going to rehash it. In terms of the second episode, there's certain things that I just think are really, really badly done. So, Jen actually gets fired from her job while she's at a bar. What workplace fires someone at a bar? It's unprofessional, obviously. There's not much to talk about when it comes to that. But in terms of Jen and her lawyering abilities, we haven't seen anything, really. And this is someone who is supposed to be an incredible lawyer. So the fact that she's not, I mean, well, I can't say not, I can't say that she's good, because we haven't seen anything. From what we have seen of her, was an opening statement that she was doing in the first episode. It was dull. Very, very dull. And this series was pitched as a legal drama. They were talking about the likes of like Ally McBeal. It's nowhere near as intelligent at all. And that's a shame, because She-Hulk from the comics, especially the Dan Slott books that I've read, are actually very intelligent. They're quick-witted, and Jen comes across as an incredibly likeable protagonist. Whereas in this, she is deeply, deeply unlikable. And the thing that bothers me the most, that we've seen from the first issue, when everyone talks about her, well, when she talks about the fact that she controls her rage more than Bruce, she does that while getting angry. So she's trying to convince us, the audience, that she is essentially a better Hulk than Bruce Banner, but while doing it is failing at everything that she's saying she's good at. Meanwhile, the other side of things, it seems like she's failing at being a lawyer as well. In terms of the timeline of events, we've seen Abomination in Shang-Chi, and he's taken to the underground fighting, I say underground, skyscraper fighting building by Wong. So, and the last thing we see in episode 2 is her getting frustrated that there's been a breakout. I don't know at what point this is in the timeline. It doesn't really make sense. They're probably going to give it to us in that third episode, but this is I want to say it's 9-part series. We are 2 episodes in, so well, almost 30% of the way, and I don't think we've got a good grasp of Jen Walters / She-Hulk. We don't know what the main antagonist is. She's struggling with her powers a little bit, I guess. We're not really seeing too much of that. But it doesn't seem particularly well written. And I'm rather frustrated at the end credit scenes, because there's no need to have an end credit scene of something that's 20 minutes long. But the first one was her and Bruce at a bar talking about Captain America's virginity. Okay, fine. And the second one is her with her parents doing chores that include someone that needs to be very strong, lifting a car, taking a lot of water bottles for some reason into a house, like the gallon jug or gallons, whatever it is, and it doesn't add anything to the story at all. So why have it? It doesn't. It's like it doesn't know what it wants to be. It's supposed to be this legal comedy, but it's not funny. Obviously, there's part of it that wants to be a legal drama, but it's not dramatic, and it's in no way legal. The only thing that we get is a legal setting, and even that is very limited. This is not the She-Hulk that I know from the comics. There is a couple of things that I did actually quite like about the second episode. Jen being a character that does like to break the fourth wall, I actually quite like when she breaks the fourth wall. But there's one element to it where she's asked to be She-Hulk for the practice that's hiring her, and when she's told about the name She-Hulk, she says, "Oh, I'm just a derivative of my cousin." And that's funny because the character of She-Hulk was actually created by Marvel specifically for that purpose. She was a derivative, and they wanted to create She-Hulk before anyone else did, and this was back in, I think it was the 70s. So the idea was to stop anyone else from doing it so they could cash in on that kind of a thing. So I found that actually quite amusing. The other thing that I did find amusing was the play on the title. So the title of the first episode is obviously She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. And during the beginning of the second episode, when she gets fired, she gets fired, the title pages come up and it's She-Hulk, Attorney for Hire. And I actually thought that was quite funny, to be honest. So it's not all bad. There's a couple of funny moments, but overall it's a far stretch from what a She-Hulk TV show or film, any kind of medium, should be. And it is unfortunate because this is a great character, and I don't feel like they've done her justice. But we do have 7 episodes left. Hopefully things will get better. Who knows? But if you guys have seen She-Hulk, let me know what you guys think about it down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe because it really does help me out. And I'll see you all in the next video.